Let's take a look at another Parajumble from IPMAT 2022. The first statement here says the Central African Republic has approved Bitcoin as an official currency. It seems like it could be the starter, but we can't be sure, so let's just say that it might be. The second statement says, experts foresee that this will damage the environment as well as the economy. Now this question is slightly tricky. When we read 2 could be referring to 1, although we can't really be sure because we still have the remaining statements to read. Experts foresee that this will damage. This could refer to the approval of Bitcoin. So for now, we will say that this is a follower, which means that 2 is going to be placed somewhere after 1. But let's not be in a hurry to form a mandatory pair here. Third statement says, others claim that this may make money laundering easy and also use up a lot of electricity. One thing that I want you to notice is when we say, others say, or there are others who, a lot of times we have said something else before this, usually a somewhat contrasting viewpoint. So before we say that others claim that this may make money laundering easy and also use up electricity, we need to say if there are other points that can be presented in contrast to this. If I look at 2, it's more or less saying the same thing. 2 talks about damage to the environment, which connects to this point about using up a lot of electricity. And when it says that it might damage the economy, obviously money laundering being easy is not very great for the economy. So 2 and 3 are connected, although I may not be sure whether it will be 2-3 or 3-2, which is all right for now. So let's just say that these are 2 possibilities. Moving on to the fourth statement. Economists criticized this move as a potential risk to the financial stability of the nation. When it says this move, it could pretty much only refer to one thing, the approval of Bitcoin. So I have forged my first mandatory pair, which is 1-4. Now, we are not very certain of the entire sequence yet. So let's take a look at all the statements one more time. We know now that 1 is definitely the starter. We also know that 4 and 1 are linked. Now, we have to decide whether we want to say 4-1-2-3 or 4-1-3-2. Instead of trying to read the entire sequence again and again to see which one sounds right, what we need to do is to try to forge a connection between 2 and the remaining statements or 3 and the remaining statements. So let's try and do that. What we should notice here is that when we say others claim, we are looking for a contrasting point before this. So 2-3 is not going to be a logical link because 2 is more or less saying the same thing, which means that it will have to be the other possibility, 3-2. So my sequence becomes 1-4-3-2. After a little bit of initial effort, you will see that the answer is very easy to arrive at.